Hello. I thank you for coming today to share your oral history of your recollection of your experiences while you were a student here at Chestnut Grove Elementary School. In this project today, the oral history of Chestnut Grove is being funded by the Conservation Fund. To get started, would you please state your name and would you share with me what schools you attended?
Jeanette Lyles. I attended Chestnut Grove Elementary School and Unity High School, both of Statesville, North Carolina.
Okay. And what grades did you attend Chestnut Grove?
Chestnut Grove was the first grade through the eighth grade.
Thank you. Were there any special memories of teachers or things that you reflect on today about your time here at Chestnut Grove?
Well, especially my special teacher was Mr. Miller, which was the principal. Out of the three um, principals that were here, he was my favorite. There was Mr. Marsh, and for a short length of time, it was um, Mr. Wilson. But Mr. Miller was the first one, and he was here so long that everybody just loved him, and he just left. He knew he was leaving, but he didn't let us know. And then came Mr. Wilson for a short length of time. And when I left, graduated from here in Chester Grove Elementary, Mr. Marsh was here.
Okay, all right. So, was there any special teacher that you remember?
Well, yes, Miss Sadie Murdoch, and Rita. Um, I can't think of the last name, but her first name was Rita Smith. Smith. She was Smith, yes.
Okay.
Those two stands out. Miss Morrison was a teacher, yes. If you got through her class, you did well because she was interested in you learning and she was more dedicated to learning us versus the others. The others, and it might be because she was in this community and she knew all the parents, and that's possible why she was so interested in us learning. She knew our background, our parents, our history of us.
Can you tell me about a typical day when you came to school here at the Rosenwald School, Chestnut Grove Elementary? Like, what time did you start? Did you walk to school? You took a bus? What was your day like? A full day here.
Well, I walked to school. My father wanted us near a school because at that time the school buses were old, and he didn't want us to be, back then the buses would break down, and you had to wait for a mechanic to come and repair the bus. So he didn't want us to have to be out because he had three girls, and he was really serious about his girls and where they were and what they were doing. So we would always have lived near the school so we could walk to school and walk home.
Okay. So then once you got to school, what was a typical day like?
Well, interesting, much different than it is now. We first came in, we had a song, we had a scripture, we had prayer, and then we quoted the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States. Then our teachers normally said to us, if a task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor great or small, do it well or not at all. And then we started studying our books. Mm-hmm.
Well, and you still
I
remember
remember,
that.
yes.
That is wonderful.
After quoting it so long and so many, yes.
And so what subjects were taught during that time?
um, Spelling, arithmetic, English, history, geography. Those were the basics that was taught at that time.
Were there any activities that you participated in here?
We only had softball and basketball. That's about it, and that's what I played both of those sports because I liked them.
So, excuse me, what was your path after leaving Unity?
After I left Unity, I went to Mitchell for 2 years, Mitchell, and then I married, and that was it.
Okay, good. All right.
Uh,
So while you were here at Chestnut Grove Elementary, did the teachers or anybody talk about segregation? Was that anything that was done? Anything you remember about segregation?
No, there was little said about segregation because at that time we knew who we were, we knew where we stand, and we just went along with what was going on at that time.
All right. Do you recall any of the books that you used? Did you get new books here at Chestnut Grove?
They gave us a variety. Some of the books was used and some of them was new. If you were, and they stacked the books, and whatever one that you came to was yours. Sometimes it was new, sometimes it was old. But normally, most of the time, they were good English shape. You could read them, and um, they wasn't torn apart. They was just used.
Yeah. So, what type of discipline was used here at Chestnut Grove Elementary?
Well, actually, the discipline was whipping. Um, or you once in a while you got to stand in the corner. It depends on what the problem or what the reason for your this for the discipline. Um, Very seldom you got to stand in the corner. They'd give you not a lot, maybe about three or four to let you know that they were serious, and that was it. It wasn't no such thing as sending you home, letting your parents discipline you. They did it in the school, and I think it was good.
What kind of bathroom facilities did they have at that time?
Well, at that time, they had outside toilets. Mhm.
What was it like for excuse me, for lunch?
For lunch, we brought our lunch. We didn't have a lunch at our room at that time. I understand later in years they built one, but we each brought our lunch. And at 12 o'clock, everyone opened their bag and they ate their lunch, which consists of maybe a biscuit with whatever my parents could afford to put in it. But it was good at that time because that's all we knew. And we always had a cookie and a piece of fruit, and it was enough to hold us until we got home.
So, when you heard about the efforts of Chestnut Grove Elementary collecting these oral histories, what were your thoughts about that?
Well, it was kind of funny because I began to go back in my mind to see actually what happened in those days because that's been a while. Um, but the most interesting thing that I always liked um, English arithmetic and spelling. Those was my favorite. And I always look forward to those. But you didn't have those every day. There were certain days you had certain subjects, uh, and we stayed in the same room. We didn't go out unless we had um, lunch breaks. Is when we got to go out.
All righty. Okay. So, as our interview comes to an end, is there anything else that you remember about your time that you would like to share?
Well, not really. I just enjoyed school. I liked school. It wasn't like it is now. We anticipated going to school. That's what we did. That's what we enjoyed. We had friends, and we looked forward to seeing our friends because we weren't able to do a lot of visiting. So we gathered at school, and that was important.
Yeah, all right. Well, we thank you very much. And thank you for giving us this interview.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.